this is Goldie. So I was requested to do an eyebrow tutorial. So here I am. I am by no means an expert. I am just someone who has a history of really sparse eyebrows. So over the years, I have had to learn how to fill in my brows. And so I've tried many different methods, and I think this is the easiest one. So let's get started. All right, so I use the Benefits brand of eyebrow stuff. The reason why I do is because I feel like their brand has the best stuff as far as like quality, and it's it comes in a good shade range, and then also it's very smooth. I used to use Anastasia Beverly Hills, and with her stuff I noticed that it would be kind of like rough on the skin, so I just feel like these are creamier. So the three things that I use are the Precisely My Brow Pencil. It has a spoolie on one end, and then it has the pencil on the other, and it's pretty fine, and you can roll it up and down. Unlike the MAC pencil and Spice or whatever, if you roll a MAC pencil up, you cannot roll it back down. So that's really important to remember when you use it. And then also I use, this one is called the Goof Proof Brow Pencil. And I like that because this spoolie is super fluffy. And then also this is so helpful. See how it has like an angled sort of thing. So that's good. And you can roll it down or up also. Put that back in there. And then if I'm gonna do something that's like more to go out, or like just make it look more crisp, then I use this, which is the Benefits Brow Brow, and it's a gel, and it has the gel in here. And then it actually has a brush up here, which is decent. So yeah, that's why I use, and I use the number 5 in all of these. And so they have different colors. So okay, I guess depending on your skin tone and like what look you're going for, I think the darkest color is like 6, but yeah. And then also Q-tips are really important. Okay, that's the other thing that you need to have. And then as a bonus, if you get oily brows, I get oily brows sometimes. I actually set them with a powder, and I have a Laura Mercier powder, and I can do that at the end. So I'm about to wipe off my brows from earlier today and start from scratch. Okay, so as you'll see, they're very sparse. Okay, these are my natural brows. A couple of tricks I've learned. So no matter how much eyebrows you have, it's easier to just follow the shape of your natural brow. So the way how I kind of figure out where my art should be is like, if you raise your eyebrows like this point, this is like where your arch should be. Okay, so by knowing that, that's helpful. So when you first start, you use the flat one, okay, that has the angle. And I'm gonna look in the mirror behind me. So what I do is I just kind of follow the hair, and I go like this. It's gonna look real crazy at first. So then I go like that. It doesn't have to be perfect because you're about to clean it up in just a moment. And brows are supposed to be sisters, not twins, but I try to make them as identical as possible. So what I do next is I just kind of blend it out a little bit, okay? And so that's where the Q-tip comes in handy. So what I do is I kind of go to the inner corner of my eye, and I'm like, okay, this is like where it should stop. And I just go to the other side. And then next, I get the sharper one, okay? And I just go underneath and I trace it. And that's kind of like the arch right there. And then I go above, and then I just kind of go like a little slant like this, okay? And I probably should have brought my other mirror with me so I could see. But yeah, you just kind of create that arch, and you're gonna clean it up so it doesn't have to be perfect. And then you just go on the other side, trace underneath, okay? And this is kind of where the arch is gonna be. You trace above it a little bit, okay? And then you just kind of slant downward. All right, so I'm gonna go grab my mirror because I feel like I need to look a little bit closer. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. All right, so I'm looking at myself. I mean, they're pretty close to whatever. So I'm just gonna blend it out a little bit. Just so that it's more natural looking. And then I'm just gonna kind of fill it in if it looks like it's not all the way filled in. And I feel like this one is like, it needs to be a little bit straighter here. So you're just gonna go back and you correct it and then blend it back out. You just kind of keep doing that till you like the shape of it. So I think one big key is to use the Q-tip to fix whatever. So you can see like right now, like when I blended out, this came way out and then this is like at some other angle. So what you do is you just, you know, go to where you want it to end and just kind of do that. And then what I do is I take a Q-tip, let me get a new one. And I go to this arch because I want to just make sure they're even. I just kind of go across and I'm just like, okay, this needs to be the same height as the other. Never mind this huge pimple that I have right here. Yeah, and so then, you know, just blend it out until you're happy. Sometimes this takes 5 minutes, sometimes this takes 10 minutes, sometimes it takes 3 minutes. Like it just, you know how eyebrows are. But okay, so I mean, I'm happy with this. So say if I'm going out, what I do is I will use the brow gel. So I take this and I go in here and I just kind of brush it back and forth. And then I just kind of blend it on my hand too. It's super creamy. And then what I do is like at the end, you know, I'll like trace it, right? And at the end, it should be darker than the rest of it. So what I'll do is once it's underneath there, right, I just kind of go like this. And then I take the spoolie, I'm dropping stuff, sorry. And I just blend it out. And it blends out super duper easily. And then I just take the, you know, the Q-tip and I just, you know, correct any sort of problems. You can go underneath, you know, and I'll just trace underneath. And then kind of fill in the ends and then just kind of lightly brush up the closer it gets to the middle of my face. And then I'll just blend it out. Okay, so like you see how that's a hot mess? I just take it and just, and I think the key is to do your brows first and then do your foundation. Then that way you can, you know, correct whatever you need to correct. And so I feel like this is a little bit lighter than this. And yeah, just gonna blend it a little bit more. All right, so say if you have oily brows, the very last step, or you know, you can actually do this before you put down any of your pencils. You could actually set your eyebrows and then do it, but a lot of times, you know, I may forget, or, you know, maybe you don't want to do that. What I do now is I take my setting powder by Laura Mercier and I just put a little bit in there. A little bit goes a long way. Okay, see, like barely anything in there. And then this is a brush by Morphe. It's just like a big fluffy blending brush. What I do is I kind of just tap it in there like this, and then I knock off the excess, and then I just set. Make sure you do this before you put on any eyeliner or mascara, because then the powder will dip on it and you don't want that to happen. So I just kind of put it across here. And then the thing I like about this powder is it doesn't have any flashback. So when you take pictures, it's not going to leave that white cast like the Makeup Forever one. Even though the Makeup Forever setting powder is the bomb, it leaves a flashback, and that's not cute. So I'm going to take this, and then you just kind of buff it off. Okay, and that is it. So yeah, so if you set your brows just really lightly, it will not be oily, because I get like very oily around here, and so then it, like, you know, when you take a picture and you turn your head, it's like all shiny and stuff. I cannot stand that when that happens to me. So a lot of times when I go out, I'll just set it. Not when I go to work or anything, just because I don't have enough time, but like say if I'm going out. So that is the brow tutorial. These are the main things that I use, these two pencils and this gel right here. And there's other makers, but I just suggest to try Benefits, because I feel like they're pretty good and they last a long time. They're probably $20-something each. So, and I've had these for months. So yeah, let me know if you have any questions, and thanks for tuning in, and I'll talk to you guys later.